Hey. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter video, so I'm gonna just have Fire Emblem gameplay in the back because I just don't feel like editing right now. So enjoy watching that. But anyway, this is a question that I've gotten quite a few times on videos and in private, and I've just seen people ask in general, but that is, why did the ghosts, and obviously this is spoilers for Xenoblade 2 and X chapter 13, just spoilers for Xenoblade 2 and X, okay? And not really Saga, but just they're spoilers, okay? So if you haven't played the Xeno games, then don't even bother. But why did the ghosts go after Void but not after Klaus? And because we know that both of them use the conduit, or I'm just going to call the Zohar, but only the ghosts only went after Void for using it but not Klaus. And the short answer is that they just didn't need to, and the long answer is that the reason that ghosts went after Void is because he used the Zohar to create the Ares cores, and like using the Zohar, that's like a massive amount of energy that is being used and would disturb the equilibrium of the universe, and to make sure everything is stable. The Zohar being as powerful as it is, it being a multi-universal manifold, it can distort and disrupt the fabric of space-time. So using it is a very, very big deal. So the ghosts went after what's his name, Void, in order to kind of destroy the Ares, to destroy the Ares cores. Since the Ares cores were used with the power of the Zohar, they kind of have like Zohar power within them. So the ghosts need to destroy the Ares cores to prevent the Ares cores from destroying the universe at some point. As we know, the ghosts are the universe's corrective system. So anytime something goes wrong or any type of instability happens, the ghosts are sent out to correct it and restore equilibrium. Now, that begs the question, what actually sends the ghosts out? Like, whenever there's instability, the ghosts appear. Like, what actually triggers the ghosts to appear? Is it like a disturbance in the ether? Like, how exactly does that work? And if like nothing's really sending, if like the universe itself is sending the ghosts out, then that kind of like lends to the theory of like universal consciousness. There's this like theory in physics about how the universe itself is conscious, and like every single one of our individual experiences is the universe experiencing itself. So like the entire universe itself is one big consciousness, and that could kind of explain why quantum superpositions happen and everything. I'm sorry, I'm just a really big nerd for astronomy and physics and quantum stuff and all of that. But back to the main point. The Ares cores are causing like an instability in the universe, so the ghosts are sent to basically destroy them. And that's why the ghosts follow Void everywhere he goes, because he's following everywhere the Ares goes. So really, the ghosts are after the Ares and not so much Void himself. And the reason why the ghosts never went after Klaus is because there was never a need to. If you remember, once Klaus used the Zohar, it kind of reset the entire universe and created the pocket dimension of Xenoblade 1 and I guess Xenoblade 2. And then after that, the universe was already reset and kind of like corrected itself. There was nothing to correct because a reset and the stability and equilibrium was restored. So there was no reason to go after him. And even though he had used it, it's kind of like we're on a fresh slate where it was already used and it was just laying not dormant but undisturbed within the Xenoblade 2 pocket dimension. And as long as he doesn't use it again, there's no reason to correct anything because everything's as it should be. So that's why they went after Void, because in his universe, the universe was still intact when he used the Zohar to create the Ares cores. So they went after the Ares cores because the Ares cores have the possibility to kind of like destroy the universe. Since it can hop universes, it would have the power to destroy universes. And the ghosts, everywhere they go, they just start consuming everything and end up destroying universes in and of themselves. And I guess that is their way of correcting the universe, is to just completely destroy it, to kind of return it to a neutral state, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to answer that real quick, since I've gotten quite a few questions about that. But it's really as simple as there is no reason for the ghosts to go after Klaus, since the universe resetting kind of corrected itself. So there's no reason for them to go and correct anything. And it happened pretty much immediately after he used it, that it reset the universe. So it didn't really even have time for the ghost to come after Klaus before the universe reset, because it reset as he used it. So that's why that they went after Void but not Klaus. And now that you think about it, I kind of want to mention this. I might make a different video on this, but I want to briefly mention that the Xenoblade X party is not safe, and they probably will never be safe as long as they have the Ares with them, because the ghosts are going after the Ares cores, because that is what has like the Zohar power within them. So they want to destroy the Ares cores, and the X party carries the Ares prime with them wherever they go. So wherever the X party with the Ares goes, here comes the ghost. So no matter what planet or universe they go to, the ghost will always be there behind them, chasing them to catch up to them. So as long as they have the Ares cores, they're never going to be safe. So it'd be very interesting to see the next X game, if there is one, to see kind of how that will play out and how they will combat the ghosts. Maybe they will find some way to fight off the ghosts, or they'll have to destroy the Ares cores somehow, some way. I don't know. Maybe Cosmos is involved. I don't know. It's going to be insane. But I'm very curious to see how the ghosts will play a role in the next game, since they didn't really play a role at all in base X, and only had like a prominent role in chapter 13. The ghosts were around from the very beginning, way back when the original X came out, but we only learned about them in the beginning of the game, and then that was it. But the reason why they weren't really there in X is because the Ares wasn't there. If we remember, he was stuck up in the Al was stuck up in the collective unconscious, so the Ares or the ghost wouldn't go in there to destroy the Ares, because that's not part of the universe. It's kind of a separate section outside of the multiverses, where all the multiverses reside in. So, and the ghosts are only like the universe corrective system, not really the collective unconscious corrective system. So, and if that were the case, they'd have to destroy the Zohars too, because actually, never mind, forget that point. But I'm curious to see the role that the ghosts will play in the next X game, because they had a very prominent role in chapter 13, and it's obvious like they're a really big threat, and there's not really any way to defeat them. So I'm kind of curious to see if the party will somehow find a way to defeat them, maybe using the power of the Zohar, maybe like Cosmos is the key, or maybe like the powers of Anima and Animus and Chaos and Cosmos somehow find a way to like fight against the ghosts. I don't know, just a bunch of Xenosaga shenanigans. But that's really about it. See you next mission and play some goddamn Xenoblade.